Hello and welcome to another Betfred Sports video right here in the Quest Media Network studio. Peter, before we delve right into all the Premier League action over the weekend and of course the massive tennis news, we're just going to run through all the local results. So, in the National League North it ended Gloucester City 1, Curzon Ashton 2. In the NPL Premier Division it ended Ashton United 1, Buxton 1, Matlock Town 2, Stalybridge Celtic 1, Hyde United 1, South Shields 2, and in the NPL West it ended Mosley 2, Kendall Town 1 and Gloss at North End 0, Widnes 0. So like I said then, Peter, let's just start off with the tennis because history was made at the weekend in the US Open. Emma Raducanu, 18 years old, won the US Open, great scenes, and she wasn't even really a favourite, was she? She was far from it.
No, she wasn't. She was an outsider, and that's what made it even more remarkable. She's come from being an outsider to win one of the most prestigious, if not the most prestigious tournament after Wimbledon, of course, tournaments in the world. She's set for huge riches from that event and that success and the dedication. I mean, she even got a message from the Queen, didn't she?
Yeah.
She's 7-1 with Betfred to win next year's Wimbledon. She went into this US tournament 100-1 because she had come fourth at Wimbledon and then she broke down, didn't she? She wasn't able to cope. And that was one of the issues, whether she'd be able to make it big time tennis. But she has done. So she's 7-1. And the Sports Personality of the Year odds have changed quite dramatically.
Yeah, imagine, yeah.
She's now 1-16, so massive odds on to win to become the Sports Personality of the Year. She's overtaken Tom Daly, Adam Peaty, the two Olympians, Lewis Hamilton, Grand Prix driver of course, Mark Cavendish, the cyclist, and Betfred have Jason Kenny, the most successful Olympian in history, at only 33-1. So you can see how the odds have changed quite dramatically there. And Emma looks like, well, she's hugely odds on to become the Sports Personality of the Year.
Fantastic achievement for the 18-year-old, making history. I mean, she silenced the doubters. One person in particular, Piers Morgan, you know, he was criticising her when she dropped out.
He's now turned that on his head like he would do and saying, well, he said it was because of people like me having a pop at her that put some toughness into her and has made her into a better player. So, well, maybe we'll differ a little bit on that one.
Yeah, I think that's a bit doubtful, yeah.
Anyway, there you go.
Brilliant stuff. So let's just take a look now at the Premier League because it did continue last week after the World Cup qualifiers. You know, you're looking at these results at the weekend. Cristiano Ronaldo making his return for Manchester United, scoring a brace in the 4-1 victory against Newcastle. It was written in the stars, really, wasn't it?
It was, and that first goal with the tap-in, and people are saying it was only a tap-in, but he was in the right place at the right time to get the tap-in, reacted far quicker. So these critics who say he's 36 and he's hardly going to make any impact, basically are wrong already. But United probably would have beaten Newcastle at home anyway. I think the most significant result was that dugout victory for City at Leicester, 1-0 there, because Leicester beaten them already this season, haven't they? And that was a significant result for City. The Betfred odds now for the title have changed to City 5-4, Chelsea 5-2. Never rule them out because of Lukaku's impact. Liverpool, hard-fought victory early on, 9-2 at Leeds, 9-2 for the title. United 11-2, despite Ronaldo, so they're still fourth favourites for the title. Ronaldo, those are specials with Betfred on him. He's 5-1 to be the top scorer in the Premier League this season. 5-1 also to be the PFA Player of the Year. Now, in the Premier League, those top four clubs have broke away to an extent. That we do think it's going to be between those four,
right,
as we've said all along, and it's like it's going to be fascinating. But between those four, that's what the odds are saying anyway. Spurs have drifted to 50-1, beaten by Crystal Palace.
3-0 as well, wasn't it, that one? Yeah,
quite significant. Harry Kane, first time ever, he's not touched the ball in the box, and certainly not scoring. And you look at the other odds: Arsenal, Everton, West Ham, Leicester, significant players in the past. They're all 200-1 now for the Premier League title. And then we've got the Champions League this week.
Yeah, of course we have. So on Tuesday, the Champions League does get underway, and it's Young Boys entertaining Manchester United, and then 24 hours later, on the Wednesday, it's Manchester City hosting RB Leipzig. So, that's exciting just to see this competition return.
Well, it is. I noticed that PSG are now the favourites ahead of City on the back of the signing of Messi to be the favourites for the Champions League outright. But starting this week, United 2-5, so odds on to beat Young Boys. Ronaldo to score first, 9-4. Interestingly, the Champions League odds of United have been cut because of the sign of Ronaldo, whereas the title odds for the Premier League haven't changed that much. Right. So Ronaldo's 9-4 to score first tomorrow night, and City, who are playing Leipzig on Wednesday, they're 1-3 to stroll through that game.
Is Cristiano Ronaldo the missing piece at United? I mean, I believe he didn't have an initiation song. Instead, he gave a motivational speech to the players saying he's come here to win silverware. It's Manchester United. He knows how big the club is, on a worldwide scale. Do you think he is the man that could potentially lead them not only to the Premier League title, but the Champions League?
Well, I don't think the players have got anywhere to hide now, because they've got a born winner in the ranks, and they've got to try and match him in training, lifestyle, and everything about this fella. So I think that in that respect he'll have a great effect on the dressing room. There'll be no larking about anymore. This is the time to win things. But from the club's point of view, from the Glazers' point of view, I think it's a masterstroke, because you won't hear any chants about Glazers out. Ronaldo's on the pitch, because they're all bothered about how Ronaldo will play. And he's probably getting lots and lots, if not all that money back on the sale of the shirts. Yeah. So it's a masterstroke from their point of view. Is
it all a little bit fickle on behalf of the United fans? Only a matter of, a few weeks to a few months ago, they were protesting. They stormed inside Old Trafford in protest against the Glazers. They go and sign Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the best players, if not the best in the world, even at 36 years old. And if he does help United to silverware, we'll all be forgiven, because he's going to leave there, isn't he, in the next 2 years, if not sooner. And then they could be back to where they were. So is it not a little bit fickle on behalf of United fans, that?
I think United fans have basically we've not given up on changing the ownership of the club, but when the team's doing so well, they lose some of the arguments, because the impact of Ronaldo will switch attention to the team as a way to away from the club politics.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to move into some rugby league news now. Super League in particular. Peter, we're nearing the end of the season. We are closing in on the Super League Grand Final. What can you tell us about the situation?
Well, to get to the Grand Final, they've got to win they've got to be the first two in the playoffs, and we're reaching the stage now, as you say, where the top six will be finalised probably at the end of this weekend. So there's the top four have already been determined. That's Saints, Catalans, Warrington and Wigan. And then there's three other clubs who are vying for the next two places for the playoffs. That's Castleford, Leeds and Hull KR. So the Betfred odds on winning the Grand Final outright. Saints, they've come in a little bit at evens. Catalans, who beat Saints recently, 11-4. Warrington, 4-1. Wigan, 10-1. And then of the other three, looking for the last two top six places, Castleford are favourites, 18-1. Leeds, 20-1. And Hull KR, 25-1.
Well, there you have it. If you do fancy a punt on any of the fixtures this coming week, because of course it is the Champions League, the first round of fixtures for that competition, Betfred stores are now open, but you can also bet online and via their app.